Hello everyone. We are moving to discuss some more questions based on computer science class 12. The first question is Shrizel is creating an inventory management project for her father. She has to maintain a price list and creates a module for stock management. She is confused in choosing the data type she has to work with. Which data type will you suggest to her? So, which type of data that we are going to store within the data type that we will consider when you are selecting a specific type. So here, when you are providing list, tuple, dictionary and files, which type that we can use there, that we need to consider there. So files, that's not a data type, is it? So data type that they are asking. So definitely from list, tuple and dictionary, you need to choose one. So which one that we can choose there? Dictionary. So multiple values that we can handle there based on a specific data. So that's why we are depending on dictionary there. Then the reason is the key and values that we are providing within the dictionary. So based on a specific data, we can set a key and rest of the thing that we can set as the values. So multiple values that we can specify there for a single key. So that's a specialty of dictionary. So that's why we are suggesting dictionary type there. The next question, on working with list data type, Minu is facing a problem on creating conditions. She is creating a duplicate copy of list for backup purpose using the code list1 equal to list2, but she couldn't effectively maintain the list as whatever changes made in the new list is affected the old list. What is the problem with her code? So when you are using equal to sign, the same memory address that they are referring there. So which type of copy that they are creating there, that's the question. So when you are providing equal to sign, they are creating a shallow copy. So which type will be considered as deep copy then? So here she created the shallow copy. That's a problem she is facing there. So if you use deep copy, that problem that will be rectified. But which statement that we will use for creating a deep copy? That's the next question. So how we will create a deep copy? That's not based on this question, but you need to know how we will create a deep copy. So how we will create a deep copy? We can use a list variable dot copy function, list variable dot copy function, or otherwise we can use listo function, or otherwise we can depend on slicing process. So these are the three types that we can use for deep copy session. So when you are using deep copy, definitely they are creating another memory location. That means the address locations that will be different when you are using deep copy. So here she used equal to sign. Equal to sign means they are using the same memory location for both the variable list1 and list2. So they are means that's shallow copy. So the address locations of list1 and list2 is exactly same. So what will happen when you change within a particular variable, that will be automatically reflected back to the next variable. So that's a problem that she is facing. Then we are moving to the next one. Based on the situation given in question number 2, what modification can be done on the code? So here you can see certain codes that's provided there. So how we can modify that? That's the question. So which option is the correct one? We can use list1 equal to list of list2. So from list2 we are creating list1. Otherwise we are providing certain other options also. So here the correct option is list1 equal to list of list2. So from the list2 we are copying to list1. So that's the question that they provided there. So that you need to remember there based on that. Then we are moving to the next one. Rather create a sequence of data in the form of tuple. Now he wants to add few more elements to the same tuple. What will happen when he does so? So they are providing four options. The operation is carried successfully. The operation is aborted due to error. The operation leads to an exception. A tuple is created with additional elements in a new memory space. So what will happen? They will not provide any error. They will not provide any error. Actually, the tuple that's immutable type or mutable type, that's immutable type. And we will learn like that's not possible to add more elements within the existing tuple. But when we are using the concatenation process, they will automatically take that particular data within the ending of the existing tuple. So that process, if you are doing, what will happen within the system? That's the question. So when you are providing any of the additions within the existing elements of a tuple, definitely they are creating a new memory location. Definitely they are creating a new memory location. I will show you an example based on that. So here we are creating a simple tuple with two values, and that's a tuple. And then I am providing, okay, before that we need to identify the address location of T, then only that will be clear for you. So I created the tuple and I display the address location, so you can see that. Then after that, T equal to T plus, and we are adding few more items there by using the concatenation operation. That's done successfully. We added that particular data to the existing tuple. When we see that, we felt like that, but actually the ID of that particular tuple is changed now. You can see the ID, that means the address location, that's changed now. So they created the tuple within a new memory location. So that's the answer. Then what is returned while using sort method in list operation? So they are providing four options. The list elements are sorted in ascending order and the result is returned. The list elements are sorted in ascending order and return nothing. So when you are using sort function, they are not returning anything. Please refer your +1 textbook for this correct explanation. So the correct answer is B. And why we are telling that? Sorted function is there, sort function is there. Based on certain data types, you need to assess the difference between each function. You need to assess the difference between each function. So you need to remember that also. Please refer your +1 textbook based on the NCERT. So please refer the NCERT textbook and you will get a clear picture about what each function will do. So here the list elements are sorted in ascending order and returns nothing. They are not returning anything when you are using the sort function. So within the same memory location they are sorting. Actually list is mutable type, we can alter the value. So within the same list they are changing the value. So that's the answer. Then we are moving to the next question. Which of the following is not a valid string operation in Python? So when you are considering a string operation, we are not able to add a value, a numerical value there. So here the not valid, which one is not a valid statement? So they are providing four options, and here you can see an integer value that we are trying to add there to the existing string. So that's not permitted. So if you need to concatenate that, what process that you need to do, this one is will provide an error there when you try to execute this. So if you require to modify this particular code without, if you need to execute that particular statement without any error, you need to enclose a particular value within single quote. So then it will be taken as a string and then process will lead to the concatenation process. So here the answer is C. The incorrect one is C. Then we are moving to the next question. Which of the following creates a tuple? So they are providing multiple options there. So the first one, definitely, let's create a tuple. But when you are using tuple within square bracket 1, that means the index location 1 that we are providing there, and when you use that, that's not permitted. Tuple 1, tuple variable, that's actually immutable. So we are not permitted to change the value. And when you use this particular process, what will happen when you are providing a particular value within off bracket without using the comma separator, that's taken as an integer. So this 5, that's taken as an integer. So if you require to set it as a tuple, definitely you need to provide a comma separator there. Then only that will be taken as a tuple. So when you provide a tuple, then into 2, what will happen? Into 2, what will happen? That also that we need to counter check here. So here we provide a tuple and then T into 2, what will happen? They will duplicate that particular value. They duplicated that value. So that's the process. Then which of the following statements are correct regarding the file access modes? So they are providing 4 statements there. So from this, you need to identify the correct statement. So R plus opens a file for both reading and writing. That's exactly true thing. When you are providing R plus both reading and writing that they are doing there. And one more thing that you need to remember, when we are using W plus, they will automatically override the content. The same thing that will be happened within the R plus also. When you are when you are providing R plus, definitely they will overwrite the content if you provide the writing process there. So file objects points to its beginning. So when you are providing file R plus mode, they will automatically open the file, and they, with defaultly the file object pointer that will be placed within the beginning if you are not using seek function. Then when you are using W plus, opens a file for both writing and reading. That's correct. Adds at the end of the existing file. That's not correct. They are just overwriting the content. So that particular B statement is wrong. Then WB opens a file for reading and writing in binary format, overwrites the file if it exists, and creates a new one if it does not exist. So WB, what's the purpose of WB? It opens a file for reading and writing. Is it correct? Only writing within the binary mode, not reading process, only writing within the binary format that's provided there. So that's wrong statement. Again, A opens a file for appending. A mode, what's the purpose of A? They will append the data. So both A and B are correct there. Then we are moving to the next one. The file pointer is at the start of the file if the file existed. Which of the following statement correctly explains the function seek method? So what's the purpose of seek and tell? Seek function will move the file pointer to a specific location, and tell function will retrieve the current position. So that's the purpose. So here, what's the purpose of seek? That's the question. So tells the current position within the file. This particular process that will be done by tell function, not by seek function. So that's not the correct one. Determines if you can move the file position or not. If you can move the file position or not, that's not the purpose. They are not returning any true or false value there. They are not counter checking whether it's permitted to move the cursor or not. So that's not the correct one. Indicates that the next read and or write occurs from the position in a file. That's also not correct. Moves the current file position to a given specific position. So specified position. So that's the correct one. Option D is the correct one. Then what is the output of the following statement? So they are providing a string type value dot count of yy comma 1. So they are counting the yy comma 1 from the one location onwards. So row and 1 from one location onwards, they are counting that yy value. So what will happen when we are using count function? How they will count it? So here they will return which value? They will return 0 there. Why they return 0 there? That we are going to count check now. So we are going to paste this particular data within the IDLE, and after that we will count check it. So here we provide yy comma 1. So that particular data within single quotes that we provide, count of, you can see that particular yy comma 1 that's we provided within single quotes. So they will return 0 there. That means there is no such value there. So they are providing 0 there. That's the reason. So if you provide single quotes closed here, here, that will be printed a different answer. That will definitely print a different answer. So here they are checking from first location onwards, and that's from there onwards they are counting the number of YYs. So 2, that's the answer. Here the first one, here the second one. So let's return there. So that's the answer. Here the answer is 0. Reason is that entire thing that's enclosed within single quotes. Then we are moving to a case study based question. Manoj wants to maintain the history of phone calls that he makes every day. Mobile number and customer names are the attributes. Initially, he has to create an empty dictionary, and then he has to update the dictionary as and when the call is made. At the end of the day, he has to transfer the dictionary content to a new dictionary that should be named as per the date and the calls are made and he should empty the working dictionary for the next day's work. Whenever his manager comes, he has to generate report based on the manager's query. Help him by answering all these queries. So that's a case study question. So this type of question that we can expect in the board exam. So which attribute has to be fixed as key and value? So here they're providing four options. The correct option is mobile number as key. Unique one that we need to set it as a key. So mobile number normally we will provide as the unique value. There is no two numbers provided with the same number, or two persons are not provided with the same number. So definitely the mobile number that we can set it as a key and the customer name as value. So that's the correct one. Rest of the options you just check it by yourself. Then we are moving to the next question. How can he create an empty dictionary? Either we can create variable name equal to blank curly brace, or otherwise we can use dict function. So both A and B, that's the correct answer. After making a first call to Rohan, whose number is, they're providing a phone number, how will he add it to the dictionary? So for adding a new number, we are setting the phone number as the key. So call registered as the dictionary name, then within square bracket we will provide the phone number, then equal to, then we will provide the username. So like that we can provide a new data within the existing dictionary. So within square bracket we will provide the key, and if that particular key is not existing, they will add within the ending of the existing dictionary. And if that particular phone number is already there, what will happen? They will update that particular name of the customer. So that's the process. So that's the answer. Then how can he show the entire call history to his manager at the end of the day? So which one? We can do it by using dot items function. Get items keys off bracket, within off bracket keys. That's the multiple ways that they provided, and the correct option is dot items function. Then when the manager wants to check only the names of the customer he called, then how can he generate it? By using dot values. Within the dictionary, as the values we provide the names, so we can use dot values function. So these are the main questions that we are discussing in this video. The rest of the sections that we will discuss within the coming video. Thank you.